welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 13, called Primal Desires, The Battle for Trost, Part 9.
That is a very interesting title, given what happened last episode, which was Armin's plan, trying to execute Eren turning into a Titan and patching the hole, as it were. Plan was going really well until Eren kind of went off the rails and couldn't control the Titan and tried to punch Mikasa in the face. So they lost a lot of men, more than I thought when they started throwing out, like losing 20% of their force. I don't know how many guys they had at the beginning, but that seems like a lot. And Armin took it on himself to theorize how he could stab Eren to bring him to and try and focus the Titan, which was ballsy. And he managed to do it, and he managed to get his attention, and it looked like Eren was kind of coming around, or at least starting to focus. I'm hoping Primal Desire means he kind of overcomes that Titan desire and he can control it. Because he needs to get that hole patched ASAP or everybody's going to be in trouble.
Well, and the guy that Pixis named the leader forced people to stay and protect Eren, which nobody wanted to do except Mikasa.
And I think it was the right, like strategically I think it was the right decision, because otherwise, without Eren, without this potential advantage, you just going back to getting eaten whenever they decide to. So
I figured that, well, not that I was surprised when he was able to change into it on command, but I thought that he'd be able to have more control.
Mm-hmm.
Since it seems like it's like him. I don't know. Yeah, it was surprising that it was such a challenge. And his hands weren't regenerating, like a lot of weird stuff was going on, so yeah.
We'll see if he can figure it out, because the mission hinges on it, and if he can't do it, all of that loss for nothing. It was a gamble that did not pay off, which sometimes happens.
Well, they needed it to happen, or else they would die anyway.
Yeah, fair.
As Pixis said, they'd be fighting each other for resources.
Yeah.
So let's see, this keeps developing, very exciting stuff. Let's check it out. Season 1, Episode 13 of Attack on Titan is coming right now.
Trost 奪還作戦について説明する。まず彼から紹介しよう。訓練兵所属エレン・イエ
The
ーガ
hope
ー
of
じゃ。
humankind.
彼は我々が極秘に研究してきた巨人化生態実験の成功者である。巨人と化した彼は全門付近にある例の大岩を持ち上げ、破壊された扉まで運び穴を塞ぐ。諸君らの任務は彼が岩を運ぶまでの間、彼を他の巨人から守ることである。この作戦が成功した時、人類は初めて巨人から領土を奪い返すことに成功する。それはこれまで人類が奪われてきたものに比べれば例えようもなく小さなものかもしれん。しかしその一歩は我々人類にとっての大きな進撃になる。
私がわからないの。私はミカサ。あなたの家族。
避けろ、アッカーマン。
なんだあいつ、頭の悪い普通の巨人じゃないか。
作戦を変える。イエーガーを回収するまで彼を巨人から守る。彼は人類にとって貴重な可能性だ。簡単に放棄できるものではない。
ここうちか。
なんで立体機動装置を使わねえんだ。
まさか故障してんのか。なんとかするさ。
ミカサ、作戦はどうなった？失敗した。エレンを置いていけないからみんな戦ってる。だけどこのままじゃ巨人が多くて全滅してしまう。
後頭部からうなじにかけて縦1メートル横10センチ。エレン、答えてくれ。壁から一歩外に出ればそこは地獄の世界なのに、どうしてエレンは外の世界に行きたいと思ったの？ど
うしてだって、俺がこの世に生まれたからだ。
Oh, got his hands back.
Hands are back. Good recap.
That was thorough. Alright, he's got to plug that gap.
ちっきしょ、俺が足引っ張ってどうすんだ。
Gotta get the new year.
なんとかなんのかよ。
班長、ここまでです。もう私たちしか残ってない。一旦岩まで引く。
状況は？
巨人5体扉から来ます。
Really make it?
巨人がいなくなるまで待つことなんてできるわけがねえ。じゃあやっぱり起動装置が。どうした。なんだよ、ふざけんなよ、こんな時に。
Oh, come on.
Someone's got to save him.
じゃあ落ち着け。
Or tell him. Okay, distraction.
マルコ、何やってんだ。面倒かけんなよ。ちっきしょう、どうしてトリガーがこんなに勝てんだ。
Come on.
Go.
But
どっちがだよ。早く飛べ。
we don't. Come on, Krista.
Come on, Eren.
Sounds like a really big one. He's moving it? Look at that physique. The eyes, though.
自分の責任を果たそうとして
You
る。
gotta keep the other ones off him now.
エレン ンを扉まで援護すれば僕らの勝ちだ。
死してよ。我々の命と引き換えにしてよ。エレンを扉まで守れ。絶対に巨人を近づけるな。邪魔をさせるな。エレンを援護するんだ。
Look at Jean taking that initiative.
エレンの元へ向かえ。これは命令だ。分かったか。
了解。
扉。何を。巨人どもが俺らに食いつかないんだ。食いつかれるまで接近するしかない。こっち向け。こら。
Slash with their ankles.
Crush the Achilles.
来た。2体かかった。走れ。建物まで走れ。
そんな地上に降り立つなんて自殺行為だ。馬は建物。
Last episode, everything seemed to go horribly wrong. This episode seems to be a little change in the luck factor. Getting some gear, getting away. Eren seems to be in control. The plan is going, but I'm wondering how many people are going to die trying to keep him safe. Because what were there, 5 Titans there closing in?
I don't think anything goes well in this show. There's no good luck.
Well, yeah. Eren being able to control the Titan, I think, is a huge win.
Armin just had to enter his dream trance state. Give him some reminders.
It'll be interesting to see how they try and tackle this problem long term. Like, you can't have somebody riding on the neck, stabbing the sword into them to bring them forward. Like, I'm assuming eventually they're gonna figure out how he does that and have more of them. But they have to figure out the mental connection to control them. Again, we're talking long term, not this episode, but I'm curious how that's gonna work.
I'm pretty impressed with the Jean, Krista, Connie, Marco group.
Yeah.
They protected Jean.
I have to give Jean credit. He started off slow in my books, but he seems to have learned very quickly kind of from where he made a decision he didn't really like or for the wrong reasons. I know that's debatable. It was the right decision, but the mechanics behind it for me were wrong.
I'm sure we'll get 3 million comments about
that's all right.
Shaw being
I don't...
15 years old and blah blah blah. Yeah, we've read them. It's okay.
But I like that, and I think he's starting to become a leader. People saw him freeze and overcome that. I think that that's kind of a good arc to follow when you see somebody who's afraid like you, but then kind of rises to the occasion. So I've been impressed with that. Good for him.
But they can sandwich these guys. These 5 with the big smiles. Chop their Achilles tendons, make them stop being able to move, and then hi-ya!
Well, I thought it was interesting that, so they normally just attack whatever's in front of them. Like, they seem to have a very basic way of processing what's going on. But Eren as a Titan seemed to take priority over humans even if they're closer. I think that that's interesting, that there's a hierarchy there.
Kill Eren first, then kill humans.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's he's a threat, eliminate that, and the humans aren't, or if they're programmed that way, or if that's something to pay attention to.
A mutated one of our kind that is not furthering our objectives. You must be eliminated first.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope he gets it sealed, and I'm curious. Taking back territory would be a big win.
Well, then they have to still get rid of all the ones that are in there because they're trapped with all of them now.
True, but at least no more can come in. You can pick them off as need be.
He's straining.
He's
focusing on the mission.
こよこのノロバこっちに来い
Oh dang.
お見た目
Honestly, just drop the boulder on the Titans.
外の世界に行きたいと思ったの
He might not be able to pick it up again.
俺たちはみんな生まれた時から自由だ。それを拒む者がどれだけ強くても関係ない。炎の水でも氷の大地でも何でもいい。それを見た者はこの世界で一番の自由を手に入れたものだ。戦い、そのためなら命なんか惜しくない。どれだけ世界が恐ろしくても関係ない。
Oh, whoa.
どれだけ世界が残酷
That
で
was the
も
leader.
関係ない。戦い、戦
He
い、
made the call. He sacrificed
戦
himself.
い、戦い。
巨人がここは私が
Armin, yeah.
おどけ。
So I thought that was Armin's voice.
She is deadly. Proved his worth.
死んだ甲斐があったな。人類が今日初めて巨人に勝ったよ。
黄色の円盤確認。作戦が成功したようです。
そのラインを送れ正反を救出せよ
That was an epic scene.
That is potentially a turning point in the war. I mean, it doesn't turn the tides, but it gives humanity hope that they're not just sacrificing themselves for nothing. Like, for the first time, they actually accomplish something. And they have a weapon that can counteract only one of them. But this is huge.
Adam's dealing with technicalities. I literally just meant the music was so good. The visuals were so good. The way that they cut back and forth to different things, like how Armin was cheering for him, the monologue that Eren had, like the whole experience of that scene was so good.
Yeah, I'm into the story.
Adam's like, so anyway, what they need to do now is, I'm like, beautiful.
No, it was really well done. I'm curious if he's going to just like pop out of the shell now.
Or can he control when he comes out, or does he come out when the Titan has expired?
Yeah, I was envisioning like a battery or a power meter, and it goes out and the Titan disintegrates.
And also realistic that several people died.
Yep.
Like, I hate that the commander or whatever died and like a couple other people, but it was realistic at the same time. And like, what did he say? We're born into this world and we're born free?
Yeah.
I found that very interesting.
Well, I think it was the same thing. Like, we innately want to be able to make our own decisions and explore, and like I think that that's almost an innate driving force for humanity. So yeah, it was cool.
And he proved that he is not an enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. So all around a win. I'm curious to see how everyone else handles this, if they're still suspicious against him, you know, all of those things. I'm curious how much he remembers about the experience too.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
エレンを回収した後離脱します。アルミ、エレンは信じられないくらい高熱だ。
Oh wow.
急いで壁を登らないと。
Like he cut him out. Okay.
体の一部が一体化しかけてる。
引っ張っても取れない。
切るしかない。
待ってください。
What are the implications of that?
Well, his body regenerated when he went into the Titan, so maybe it doesn't matter.
エレン、アルミ。
Is that Levi?
He looks like a Muppet.
And here they are, they finally meet.
ガキども、これはどういう状況だ。
A little condescending.
そ
The
の
leader.
急遽駆けつけた調査兵団と駐屯兵団工兵部の活躍により、ボールローゼは再び巨人の侵入を阻んだ。トロスト区に閉じ込めた巨人の総
Only a
戦
day?
は丸一日が費や
Continuous
され、
cannon fire.
その間
They can
敵場
regenerate.
固定砲は火を吹き続けた。壁に群がった巨人のほとんどが榴弾によって死滅し、わずかに残った巨人も主に調査兵団によって掃討された。その際、
Oh.
4メートル級1体と7メートル級1体の巨人の生け捕りに成功する。
Ooh, they nailed his legs to the ground.
死者・行方不明者207名、
Oof.
負傷者897名。人類が初めて巨人の侵攻を阻止した快挙であったが、それに喚起するには失った人々の数があまりにも多すぎた。
おい。お前、マルコか。
訓練兵、彼の名前がわかるのか？
見ねえと思ったら、でもこいつに限ってありえねえ。マルコ、何があった？誰かこいつの最後を見たやつだ。
彼の名前は？知ってたら早く答えろ。わかるか、訓練兵。岩で穴を塞いでからもう2日経っている。それなのにまだ遺体の回収が済んでいない。このままでは伝染病が蔓延する恐れがある。二次災害は阻止しなくてはならない。仲間の死を嘆く時間はまだないんだよ。わかったか？
第104期訓練兵団所属中級班班長マルコ・ボット。
マルコか。名前が分かってよかった。作業を続けよう。
I mean, I get that there wasn't even really time to celebrate because you lost so many people, and I thought it was interesting that right away they're already worried about an epidemic, which again makes sense.
Was Marco eaten by a Titan? And then like they die, so their bodies dissolve, and then he was just, that's what was inside? Or was he just found on the ground?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I wonder
I
if
don't
they
know.
dissolve with them. He looked really weird. I think that's actually a really good explanation.
I have no idea.
No, I like that. I'm on board.
I don't know. I also don't understand how they killed them with the cannons when they said the cannon fire in the like halfway break. They said the cannon fire didn't work because the Titans can regenerate.
Well, it's probably not effective like ground force, but if you're able to hit them in the neck, or I'm sure at some point their regeneration slows down. Like, because they can't fight back from the walls. So it's, my assumption was that it was just attrition. They just keep shooting them until they can't do anything. But getting 2 Titans alive to kind of study and understand them, I think is actually massive.
Also kind of terrifying.
What, did you see them? They had like spikes driven through his legs into the ground. Like, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, they also said 207 dead, 897 missing, so maybe the missing ones were eaten.
Did it say missing or wounded?
Oh, was it missing? Or what? Sorry, wounded?
I thought it said
Oh, my bad.
wounded.
My bad.
Yeah. But again, you're not celebrating because there was so much loss, but I mean, at some point it feels good to put a check in the win column.
It's been 107 years.
Yeah. I want to see the Eren debrief. Like, that's kind of what I'm...
Levi seems like he's gonna have some questions.
I agree.
Me too.
Okay, let's see this.
Oh.
巨人が吐いた後だ。奴らには消化器官がねえから、人食って腹いっぱいになったらああやって吐いちまうんだと。
そんな。
So it's for nothing?
これじゃ誰が誰だか見分けつかねえぞ。
And it doesn't dissolve.
They don't digest, so they just destroy humans and it's
And
not
eat for
even
fun, yeah.
nutritional value.
Yeah.
謝っても仕方ないぞ。早く弔ってやるんだ。何か質問はあるか。
Why is he locked up? If he really just wants to Hulk out, he
部
could just...
隊のトップエルヴィン団長とリヴァイ兵長。ここはどこですか？
見ての通りだが、力ろうとだけ言っておこう。今君の身柄は憲兵団が受け持っている。先ほどようやく我々に接触の許可が下りた。
その鍵は？
ああ、君の持ち物だ。後で返すよ。君のせいか、志願しなくにあるイエーガー医師の地下室。そこに巨人の謎がある。そうだね。
はい。
Don't say anything.
父がそう言って。
He should be the one to go.
お前は記憶喪失で、親父は行方知れずか。随分都合のいい話だな。
リヴァイ、彼が嘘をつく理由はないとの結論に至ったはずだ。まだまだわからないことだらけだが、今すべきことは君の意志を問うことだと思う。
Get out of a jail cell.
医師ですか？
君の成果を調べるためには、志願しなくウォールマリアの奪還が必要となる。破壊されたあの扉を速やかに塞ぐには飛躍的手段。君の巨人の力が必要になる。
Can't they just stealth through that
我々の命運を
territory?
左右するのは巨人だ。
超大型巨人も鎧の巨人もおそらくは君と同じ原理だろう。君の意志が鍵だ。この絶望から人類を救い出す鍵なんだ。
俺が駆逐してやる。この世から一匹残らず。
おい、さっさと答えろ、クズ野郎。お前がしたいことは何だ？
I'm gonna Hulk out and crush you, Levi?
調査兵団に入ってとにかく巨人をぶっ殺したいです。
ほう、悪くない。エルヴィン、こいつの責任は俺が持つ。上にはそう言っておけ。俺はこいつを信用したわけじゃない。こいつが裏切ったり暴れたりすればすぐに俺が殺す。上も文句は言えんはずだ。俺以外に敵役がいないからな。認めてやるよ、お前の調査兵団入団を。
What are you thinking?
I'm fixating on the statement of the armored titan and colossal titan are like you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how the colossal titan looked like he popped out of nowhere.
I would imagine they're making the same conclusion. Which makes me think they believe a rogue faction is in control of them. I would figure more armored titan than colossal titan, but maybe based on the strength of the human, they can summon a different size titan, or their abilities, or maybe as he gets older, the titan he can summon is bigger. Like, there's still a little discrepancy in my mind there, but...
Also, why is he locked up?
Well...
Like, he literally just helped you.
Yeah, if I was Armin, I would be a little pissed.
Eren.
Sorry, if I was Eren, I'd be a little pissed that I woke up in a cell.
Absolutely, and I'd be pissed that you took the key from around my neck, because that's not yours.
But I get where the suspicion comes from. You have this kid who all of a sudden does this, the dad is missing. We still don't know who knows about his dad and whether it was a solo mission or whether there's a group of them. Like, there's a whole dynamic missing there that we don't know yet.
Well, I was under the impression that Eren, Mikasa, and Armin were gonna go to Eren's house, the three of them, and figure this out. But now it looks like they're going to take the entire Survey Corps and a bunch of people and probably not give Eren's key back until they get there.
Yeah, I was thinking stealth mission, like sneak past the Titans, you know, like a long hike to the... Again, I don't know how many Titans are there, but yeah, I guess it's... They want the information as well, which I get, and Eren's a wild card, which I also get, but like at some point, you gotta acknowledge that he saved your bacon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Levi's being very aggressive and smug. And he even said, he's like, it's not that I don't trust you. It's like, what?
Okay, so here, I don't know Levi very well. We've only seen him. But do you think part of him is like, I'm no longer
the top dog?
Do we think that that dynamic is in play at all?
I mean, it could be. He's been a part of the Survey Corps for how long, and what has he really accomplished?
Yeah.
And then this like rugrat comes along and is like, ta-da, problem solved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where the story goes now, because Pixis isn't going to want to give up his biggest military asset at this point either. Like, it almost makes sense for Eren not to go to the house so that they can keep him safe and deploy him where they want to, because anybody can go get the information.
I mean, at this point, you just need to protect Wall Rose from being breached again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in true Attack on Titan fashion, 1 step forward, 100 step back.
I'm
Lots
also
of questions.
pretty annoyed that the Titans don't even digest. They literally just kill for the sake of killing and then expel. Like, I think I could get behind it a little bit more, you know, if it was like, no, we eat humans because we need to survive. Like, they are our
Food source.
nutrition.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they clearly don't need to eat.
No, they're just, they do
So
it
what
for,
kind of organisms are these?
yeah, for enjoyment, because they're programmed to. It's interesting.
Yeah. They don't need nourishment. They can regenerate anyway.
And they disintegrate. The disintegrating is fascinating to me.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay, well, mark that off in the win column for now.
Yeah.
Halfway.
You gotta celebrate your victories, especially since they don't come very often.
Let us know what you're thinking. As Adam said, we have a million more questions. Different directions that our minds are racing right now. But be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Attack on Titan coming next week. Bye.